Goodness gracious. Lord have mercy. Please give me the strength. What in the world, Bo? For everybody out there that don't know me, my name is Big Low Country. I'm just old country boy, former football coach that love to sit around and talk about sports. You yourself could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but you're here with us, and we definitely and greatly appreciate it. First of all, if you watch the show after we go live already, make sure you put a what in the world Bo in the comments. Also, make sure that you share the channel with your friends and family. I also have Coach Ronnie here with me.
Oh, hello. Hi, y'all.
What,
I'm so sorry. I was reading comments.
Goodness gracious.
I'm
Boy,
here. I'm
so
ready.
okay, Coach Ronnie. All right.
I'm ready.
So look at here, man. It's I mean, th- there's no way to there's no other way than to address this than to, just acknowledge that, we got whooped up on today. Our team looked completely unprepared. We were undercoached. We underperformed. We didn't have the motivation that the other team had. They kicked us in between the washing machine and the dryer, and we finally found those pair of socks that we've been looking for. I am thoroughly pissed off. As you see, the name on the show is Big Pissed Off Country. That's my name tonight, Big Pissed Off Country, because I am teed off to the nth degree. So it's gonna be one of the situations where we're gonna talk about the bads, what went wrong and what went wrong.
Well, I'm not pissed off like you. Unfortunately, I didn't get to watch the whole game. I got caught up watching Alex Cross on Amazon Prime. So I'm actually feeling pretty good. Pretty good series, y'all. Y'all might want to check it out.
Y'all see this? Y'all see this? Y'all see how Coach Jones just a
So
bad.
I'm feeling good about life.
You see how she
know.
just jump ship and just Kirk Cousins throwing interceptions. Coach Ron like, oh yeah, you better get like what? Our defense can't stop a nose leak.
But Aldous Hodge was playing that role. I'll tell y'all what. He was playing that role. And you know what? What really makes me happy is the last time they did Alex Cross, it starred Tyler Perry. So you can imagine the step up this series has taken with Aldous Hodge of Leverage fame. So, it's a good day. Outside of the little Falcons hiccup today.
Hiccup.
Choke job.
The Falcons threw up on themselves.
Threw up. Oh my gosh.
The Falcons boo-booed on themselves and they had to sit in it for the rest of the day.
Oh my God.
They took their drawers off and threw them away, but you can still smell it every time they walk by. We took them out to the water hose and tried to, in the words of Grandma Country, we tried to wrench them off. But,
wrench them. We tried to wrench them.
But every time we were downwind from them,
you still got the smell.
we still had the smell.
And you couldn't get it out the crevices.
We couldn't get out the crevices.
You put your thumb over the end of the water hose to put a little bit more pressure on the water coming out to try
exactly.
to. That didn't work either.
I was embarrassed for them. It was.
Oh
it wasn't a hiccup.
Oh.
It was hard times.
Oh my God.
It was hard times, man. First of all, shouts out to all the Falcons fans that watched the whole game. Shouts out to y'all. Y'all weren't like Coach Ronnie. Oh, shouts out to shouts out to everybody who traveled to the game. Shouts out to the Rise Up tour. We didn't make that trip, and this is unfortunately looks like the Falcons didn't either. But like I said, we're gonna talk about the bad, what went wrong and what went wrong. Coach Ronnie, let me ask you this: Are the doors to the church open?
No.
Huh?
No.
The doors to the church ain't open
They're
yet?
not open right now. They're not open because I'm not quite sure who is to blame for this.
Wait. You're not quite sure who?
Not quite sure.
It's Jimmy Lanier.
Is it? Or is it the coach that's empowering him to keep making these decisions? is it Jimmy Lake or is it his head coach that gave someone with no experience coaching being an NFL defensive coordinator, gave him the job and is letting him run rampant, even though it's showing that it's not working.
I mean, but
So who really should it be open for at this stage?
I mean, Jimmy Lake, he was a head coach in college.
We're not talking about college, are we? We're not talking about, you know how I feel about college, where sometimes you're playing against the math major. We're not talking about college. We're talking about professional NFL football.
I mean, and look, you're right. I also know whenever he was a head coach in college, he went 3-9.
Oh, well, that just screams give him a position in the NFL where there's more at stake. And the reason why I have to sit here and say, like, I'm not sure who should be on the chopping block, because Raheem Morris has had shots at being a head coach. This may be his last one. And if he's first of all, if he's hiring unskilled people to head up his defense and his offense, and he's seeing the problems and is still letting it continue, I'm not sure if we should be firing the offensive coordinator and the defensive coordinator, or if we should be firing the head coach, and they naturally will go with him.
Wait. Are you saying you're trying to move on from him?
I'm not saying that I'm just saying I haven't opened the doors of my congregation yet, because we're still deciding on what the sermon should actually be, who the focus of our message should actually be, because I haven't made up my mind that it's Jimmy Lake Lanier the way you have.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. From now on, we don't refer to him as Jimmy Lake. We refer to him as Jimmy Lake Lanier, because that's where defenses go to die. If anyone else claims that they were the ones to coin that one, please look them in the face and tell them that they're a bold-faced lie, like Jimmy Lake is, because yes. So for the chat, I'm finna ask y'all, because Coach Roney does make a great point. If you feel like the struggles on defense are on Raheem Morris, ultimately, please put a 3 in the chat and honor Coach Roney. If you feel like it's a situation where, this is Jimmy Lake, this is, Jimmy Lake Lanier. We feel like it's Jimmy Lake Lanier is the reason why the defense is sucking so bad, put a 4 in the chat. I just want to know, what y'all thinking. And as y'all do that, I got a couple Superman chats in here. We got the King in here. He says this was a DEI tail whipping. Goodness gracious. This whipping was diverse. It was equally spread between offense and defense, and everyone was included. Wow. So everybody, free opportunity.
Covered all bases.
Covered all bases. Everybody's free opportunity for everybody to get that tail whipping.
Oh my gosh.
Man, look, thank you so much, the King, for sharing that nugget with us. That's that dun-da-da. That's a Superman chat.
Oh my God.
My homeboy Sanchez Low in here. He's a loss for words. He just came in here with $1. Not even the last $2. He just said $1. Here,
I think he was just putting something in the collection plate preemptively.
Okay. Sounds like Sanchez. Dun-da-da. That's a Superman chat, bro. I am so pissed off whenever I looked at that game today. We kept doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, and we kept getting the same result. And I'm legitimately sitting here like, Bo, so we're just going to continue to play 10, 12 yards back, let them catch the ball and let them run into us.
Oh my God.
Try to catch them as they run past.
That's so frustrating.
If I'm not mistaken, 2 or 3 touchdowns, they literally threw screen passes, Coach Roney.
Oh my God.
You think I'm playing? The chat, they'll verify.
I don't think you're playing.
2 or 3 touchdowns. He threw the ball to the side. Everybody, we were already 10 yards back. And they was on like 13, 14. I don't know. It wasn't far.
10 yards back. Okay.
So what happened was they threw the screen. You know, those linemen, they get out in front of them whenever they do that screen. And I mean, they block everybody out the way. And then, you know, we just falling all over the place, just diving, you know, trying to get a hand on them as they run by.
Yeah.
Because for some reason, we're scared to play man coverage. I don't know if Jimmy Lake doesn't trust his defensive backs. I understand that you had a lot of defensive backs hurt. I don't know if it's a situation. It seems like, in my opinion, I might not have coached DBs much, but I've been in a lot of defensive rooms. But in my humble opinion, if I don't trust,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, in my humble opinion, if I don't trust my cornerbacks because, you know, they might not be as good as the initial cornerbacks, why not just say, hey, if this guy in front of you goes to the bathroom, hand him the toilet paper? Because if it's a situation where I got my fourth string cornerback coming in and he has to communicate with everybody to know what's going on and know what part of the field he's supposed to be covering, that's just a recipe for disaster. Right? Am I right or wrong?
No, you're right.
So it's one of those cases where, daggum, why don't we simplify it even more? And maybe, just maybe, if we simplify it even more, maybe we get to the quarterback. Getting to the quarterback ain't rocket science, Bo. It legitimately ain't rocket science. You get to the quarterback before he throws the ball. How do you get the quarterback to hold the ball longer? You doggone got to be able to touch the wide receiver within the first 5 yards, press him or something. Your defensive line is not that good to be at the point where you say, oh, we'll play 10 yards off and somebody will sack him in 2.5 seconds. We're not those guys. We're not those guys. So why in the world are we sitting here just standing back here? Oh, yeah, when he comes to me, I'm going to get him. What do you think he's going to do? 3 yards out route, catch it, get up the yard. First down, they get 7, 8 yards. It's 2nd and 2. They're ahead of the sticks. That's the perfect position for a doggone offense to be in. 2nd and 2, because you're in a position where you can take shots. You just get another first down and retriculate down the field. You can run the ball, or you just do what you've been doing and throw the ball 8 yards again.
First down.
First down. What in the world? Is it just me?
Well, look, you put your resume out there. You said you don't have professional experience, so maybe you're the next up for the job. They love to hire people with no experience. This is what you get.
Hey, no lies told.
I'll say this. Clay Melton said in the chat that he heard that this was Raheem Morris's defense and Lake is just carrying it out.
Jimmy Lake been running the cover 3 shell since he was in Washington. He ran the cover 3 shell pretty much everywhere he's been. This isn't just a Raheem Morris kind of party. Raheem Morris said himself, whenever he got the job, he said, hey, I believe in letting my coordinators do what they do, and I just stand back and manage. If you watch the game, Raheem Morris watched the game just like we are. He just hear what the coordinators and the assistant coach are saying. He don't got no play sheet in his hand. Y'all see the play sheet in Raheem Morris' hand?
He don't have no play sheet.
He don't got no play sheet. He's sitting there chilling. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's one of them situations where I can't sit here and say, hey, this is Jimmy Lake's defense. I know that I know that this defense is the same kind of defense that Florida's running their secondary. I know that. I know that. If you watch Florida and you watch the Falcons, they run the same exact secondary. The same exact thing.
And we all know that there are connections to Jimmy Lake on Florida's defense.
Look here. We got Uncle Steve in here. Uncle Steve with the Superman chat. He said, save Jimmy Lake. Stop the Islander.
Stop the slander.
Oh, okay. Okay. Stop the slander. You know, Uncle Steve, you know, sometimes he said, stop the slander. Save Jimmy Lake. It was Arthur Smith's fault. Arthur Smith is a genius. He didn't say that, but said, save Jimmy Lake. I love Desmond. But it's his fault too. Save Jimmy Lake.
It's everybody's fault. It's everybody's fault.
It's everybody's fault but Jimmy Lake.
Jimmy Lake.
But you know what? I do have to, because I'm pretty sure this is what Uncle Steve used to be doing back in the day. That's a Superman chick. They got that. Well, you ain't really been on social media, Coach, right? But they got this new trend where the girl be dancing to the '80s music, and it'd be like, she'd be like, I told my boyfriend to show me how he would approach me in the '80s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can only imagine Uncle Steve coming in here.
That was more early '90s stuff.
That was '90s, wasn't it?
That was more '90s stuff.
Yeah, that was more '90s. It was like 92, 93.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. So Uncle Steve, Uncle Steve looked like he could do a pretty good robot.
Uncle Steve was in the '90s. I'm not gonna say where you may have been, but he was in Atlanta, and there were street parties in the '90s. So I don't know if you were there, Uncle Steve. I don't know.
Uncle Steve, he wasn't the service, so I remember he was like out in Washington, everywhere else. So
okay.
Yeah, ain't no telling.
He went running the streets.
So at the end low, he says, "I need the doors to the church open, or I'm jumping." That's a Superman chant. Goodness gracious.
It's getting rough.
It's getting rough. Hard times.
Oh man.
Mark Chan in here said, "Coach, this is bad." Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So we got a few votes in, Coach Roman.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So T-Dub says 3 yeet. WCG says 3 yeet. Purple Haze says tingle. When I'm assuming you saying Penix will start playing. What tingle?
Get that checked out.
You see how it was my mom says 3. My mom had to come in here and show some love. My J Mom says both of them. Queen Asia says 3. C Dub says 3 heat. Queen Asia says 3 years as well. The King says 3. Matt Town says 4. He says Jimmy Lake. Coach Ronnie, if you could, can you turn the air conditioner down? I'm getting so worked up.
You hot?
Yeah,
you
boy.
You bring your fan?
Nah, I just need air conditioner turned down. I'm getting so worked up. I'm starting to develop a glisten. Because this right here don't make no doggone sense. Matt Town says 4. He says it's on Jimmy Lake. Pixel, it says 3. Okay. It looks like I muted myself accidentally.
Oh.
All right. But yeah, I can see it. Look, it's a situation where sometimes we I appreciate y'all. I look down there, it said no sound, Coach. Okay, I hope y'all can hear me now. All right. Sometimes it's one of them situations where, because it looks like pretty much everybody's saying Raheem Morris. I don't know, y'all might not have heard this earlier. It seems like pretty much everybody's saying Raheem Morris, and a few people are saying Jimmy Lake. Now, me myself, I was saying Jimmy Lake, and this is the beauty of the coaches meeting, because it's a situation where y'all can come and give me your opinion on what y'all think, and we can kind of work things out. Now, yes, I can see what y'all are saying.
You got a super chat from Monty Cushington. I might need to read that.
Oh, okay, my bad. Monty Cushington says the pride in the coaches is crazy. 0 sacks since the game that prevented a move before the trade deadline. Offense was off too. Bye week is needed. Yes, you are definitely right. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman
Is that
chat. See,
accurate? We've had 0 sacks.
we had 0 sacks since the Dallas game.
Oh my god.
Well, no, we had a sack today.
Okay. 1. That's great.
That wasn't even a real sack. Bo Nix tripped over his offensive lineman foot.
Oh boy.
And Matthew Judon just happened to get back there. And like, oh yeah, I'll touch you. Like that wasn't even the sack. We ain't even tackled nobody. We ain't tackled nobody in 3 weeks in the backfield.
Well, like you said, if they they just need him to hold on to the ball a little bit longer. But if they give him plenty of outs that he could take little short passes, get rid of it quickly, you're not gonna get no sacks.
Coach staff, who's been saying this for months now? Everybody's now putting in their 2 cents and a nickel. Everybody's saying, yeah, I mean, it's looking like the scheme. I mean, we're playing off coverage. Before the season even started, I said, hey, y'all, I'm worried about this off cover 3 shell. Who been saying it? Coach Ronald, who been saying this for months?
You have, Big Low.
Exactly. Uh-oh, y'all. Coach Ronald called me Big Low. She feeling the old dog. She called me Big Low.
No comment. Move on.
All right. Okay. I'm sorry. I ain't gonna shine the spotlight on you like that. Okay. Anyway, but the fact of the matter is that in Monty Kushner, you're exactly right. Right before the trade deadline, we slip up and get 3 sacks. This is very Arthur Smithish. This is very Arthur Smithish.
You slip up and get 3, like, you know what? We don't even need
nobody.
We good. 3. Look at that game. 3 sacks.
We got 3 sacks against a terrible Dallas offensive line.
I mean, Dallas is just bad.
Trash.
But are we better?
Like Bubba Duck, trash. Dallas offensive line, trash. Jimmy Lake scheme, trash.
Wait, no, C Double just typed in about, look what we can't do.
Look what we can't do.
Look what we can't do.
Exactly, C Double. Exactly. Golly. Trash. But we continue to come out here, and then they interviewed, what was that, 2-3 weeks ago, they interviewed Jimmy Lake.
Oh my God.
And they're like, hey, Jimmy Lake, Lanier, what you think? Like, are we going to start getting some more sacks? He's like, look, y'all don't need to worry about that.
Everything is going according to plan.
Everything's going according to plan. Like, oh, okay. We talking about getting sacks now. We talking about getting them other sacks that you talking about. We talking about getting quarterback sacks. Not the other sacks. You talking about something else. But here we go. You know, just like Monty Kushner said, 3 sacks against Dallas. Trash offensive line. Dallas gave up halfway through the game. We ain't seen Dak Prescott since. He shut it down for the season after that.
For the season.
They literally had him on camera talking to a teammate saying, man, we suck.
We suck. Yeah, he was saying that at the Falcons game.
So then you doggone play against a team that actually want to play against you, like the Saints, no sacks. Let's be honest, y'all. Against Denver, it wasn't no sacks. Bo Nix was just clumsy. There wasn't no sacks in that game. He's just clumsy.
Oh my God.
So I see what everybody's saying. I see why everybody put a 3 in the chat. I got to go back to it, Coach Ron. I'm sorry. It's like, C-Dub, I watched this show the other day. Shouts out to C-Dub. I mean, sure y'all check him out.
What's the show? You didn't plug it.
Yeah, I mean, it's this channel. I know they got Beard Gang. You know, a bunch of distinguished bearded gentlemen. That's one of their shows.
Distinguished bearded
gentlemen. But it's on C-Dub's channel after his name. But the thing is, C-Dub says he started calling them a Kiki. Because that's what Raheem Morris do.
A Kiki.
A Kiki. He get out here, tell some
smiling.
Jokes, smiling.
Joking and a Kiki.
All right, D-Led. All right.
And you
All
know, nothing makes a woman madder than a man that want to kiki up in their face
What
when
kiki?
it's time to be serious.
When it's time to be serious.
You over here kiki.
A kiki. Like, no. Coach somebody up. All these doggone penalties we got, you kiki. What mama say all this people face? All them people face a kiki. No. You better doggone get out here. Coach somebody. Because like I heard somebody say earlier tonight on the show, they said, look, the reason why people getting all these penalties is because this is either one, this is what you're coaching them to do, or either two, you're not giving them negative reinforcement for having all these penalties. It's one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
But meanwhile, you kiki all in folks' face. Great value, Coach Prime.
Oh, I forgot you said that.
Great value, Coach Prime.
It's back, huh?
It's back. You got Jimmy Lanier. Great value, Coach Prime over here.
What about the OC?
Man.
Go back to Pro Football Focus. Stat.
Look, it's like the thing. Look, the thing with Zach Robinson is at least we've seen good out of Zach Robinson. Like the Zach Robinson, like sometimes he just don't know what he's doing. It looks like, yes, that's gonna come with experience. But we've also seen Zach Robinson call some really, really good games. We've seen Zach Robinson call a game with Kirk Cousins threw for 500 yards on Matt Ryan night. We've seen games whenever Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier get 100 yards. Like, we've seen good out of Zach Robinson. Now, I'm going to tell you something. One thing about Zach Robinson, it seems like Zach Robinson he seems like he panics a little bit. Now, this kind of goes back to what Coach Ronnie was saying, where the buddy system don't always work. The buddy system don't always work. Just because, I mean, look, you're trying to bring the whole Rams coaching staff over here because Jimmy Lake, he was the assistant head coach in LA before they came here. Zach Robinson, he was the passing game coordinator. So with that being said, it's one of them situations where you're trying to bring all these guys here because you knew them. Mm-hmm. But if you look at the past, the best coaching staffs are put together from random places. Mm-hmm. You look at whenever Dan Quinn came in here. Dan Quinn came in here, he went and got Kyle Shanahan. I think he got from Cleveland, if I'm not mistaken. But everybody's like, oh, okay, that's a pretty good move. I remember Kyle Shanahan in Cleveland, he had Brian Hoyer looking like a MVP candidate before he got hurt.
Yeah, Brian Hoyer was like killing it for my fantasy team that year.
Yes,
I had him on my fantasy team.
RG3. Yeah, RG3 looking legit. Yeah. Kirk Cousins. Like, it's obvious that, Kyle Shanahan was that guy. Yeah. But Dan Quinn, he didn't bring a whole bunch of people with him from Seattle. Mm-hmm. He went and got guys from where he got them from. If I'm not mistaken, I think he got Marquand Manuel from Seattle. And, he was a really, really good coach, and he got scapegoated. But your boy Raheem Morris, he need to figure out what he's going to do because this right here ain't going to work.
Well, Dan Quinn got people from all over, and now they're all respectively got head coaching and prominent jobs in the NFL doing well. So he picked people based off talent, not because they was homeboys. We was homeboys.
All right, Coach Roddy.
It's Pastor Troy.
Shouts out to Troy. Shouts out to my boy Troy. I see you there, Troy, if you watching. Shouts out to my homeboy Troy. I be watching out. We was homeboys. Y'all know nothing about Pastor Troy movie. We were homeboys, do you? Shouts out to you, both. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's one of them situations where I think Raheem Morris and I feel like C-Dub was correct. It's like you too busy keying, and now it's done got real. So you get to this bye week, something got to change. at the end of the day, something's got to change. Because if you come out and you do the same thing that you did today, oh, you finna get kicked in between that washing machine, that dry boat. You know, you might as well take a tent with you because you're gonna be staying there for a while. Because you finna play them Chargers, and if anybody, look, at the end of the day, let's just call it what it is, y'all. We got out-coached. Sean Payton out-coached us. Raheem Morris, he came out and he said and he said it so eloquently. He said, "Yeah, they out efforted us."
Out efforted us.
That's what the man said, Coach Ronnie.
Okay.
Man said they out efforted us and they out physical us.
Okay. That's it. There's just more effort, more physicality.
There's more effort, more physicality.
Okay.
So the fact that they're just taking what the defense gave them, you know, that was, you know, that didn't have nothing to do with it. The fact that, you know, they were, you know, getting to our quarterback who everybody know where he's going to be at, that didn't have nothing to do with it.
That doesn't sound to me like a coach that's recognizing the problems and is prepared to fix them.
No.
That sounds like a coach that's going to stay the course.
That sounds like a coach that's going to stay the course.
Yeah.
That sounds like a coach that's low key. I mean, let's call it what it is. And a lot of y'all might not realize this. If a coach says that they out physical us or out efforted us, that's his words. It wasn't mine. That's not how I would put it.
That comes off the tongue so awkward.
It does. I mean, the game came to the eyes awkward. But the fact of the matter is,
okay,
whenever a coach says that, I'm gonna tell y'all something. He low key throwing the team under the bus.
Because he's saying that the team didn't put enough fight into the game. That was the problem. Everything else was good.
Everything else was good.
It was the effort.
It was the effort.
The physicalness.
It was the physicalness.
That was what was not good
That's
enough.
what it was. But one thing that he's not realizing is that if I'm a defensive lineman, if I'm an edge guy, and my job is to come off the edge, you know, come off the edge of the widest player and try to get to the quarterback, and he's throwing the ball in 2 seconds every time, I'm going to get checked out because I know I'm not going to get there.
Right.
So it's like,
you're not doing anything to help me be able to get there.
Exactly. You'll call a blitz or something every now and then, but that still doesn't matter because we're not going to be able to get there. Like, y'all, how many times did we look and they threw a pass and it was just like it used to be back in the day, Coach Ronnie? They threw a pass and it wasn't nobody on the camera but the wide receiver.
Makes me sick.
What? Nobody on the camera but the wide receiver. Look, at least last year, if it was a situation where somebody got burnt, they just got burnt. Like, hey, man up. And if it's a situation where you beat me, okay, you beat me, but you're going to have to fight for it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't a situation where you catch it and then you fight for this first down because that's literally what it's turning into. That's literally what it's turning into. Shouts out to my homeboy Yuri. He said, man, I was so embarrassed at the game in Denver today. Shaking my head. Daggum, Yuri.
He was embarrassed.
Daggum, man.
But did you have fun in Denver?
Exactly.
That's the question.
I'm sure Yuri did. You know,
did you have fun?
Yuri had fun everywhere you go. Rodney Lowe in here says he thought that Kirk was going to hide his flaws.
Who is he?
I'm assuming he's talking about Raheem Morris.
Or is he talking about the OC?
Or maybe the OC. Yeah, I mean, look, that you could be right. There's so many flaws that need to be hidden. So yes, I completely understand what y'all mean by
Clay
that.
Melton said they out efforted the coaches 12 yards off the ball on 3rd and 3. That's where the out effortness came from.
12 yards off the ball.
That's so crazy.
On 3rd.
Prevent.
12 yards off the ball.
I beg of you, sir. Please tell me, what are you preventing?
A 3 and out.
Yeah.
A 3 and out. We got a 3 and out earlier today, y'all. I jumped up out the chair. I'm like, oh man. And then they was like, oh yeah. This ain't a 3 and out. It was a fumble. Like, wait, what? What? Basically, it's a situation where he caught the ball. Well, he didn't really catch the ball. He knocked it out. And then whenever Jesse Bates knocked it out, he fell on top of it. And it was like, oh, yeah, this was a fumble. And he recovered it. Like, come on, y'all. Seriously. But I'm going to tell you something. As far as the coaching and everything goes defensively, during this bye week, Jerry Gray going to have to be demoted. Jerry Gray. Jimmy Lanier is going to have to be demoted.
During a bye week?
Yes.
So who's supposed to step up and take the position then?
Your head coach.
I get what you're saying.
Your head coach. The same person that created the problem needs to resolve it.
That's not happening if he feels like the problem was effort and physicality.
If he feels like the problem was effort and physicality,
he's not going to do that. He needs to do that because as far as I'm concerned, this is him putting his job on the line for his buddy. And let me tell you something. I have a friend that I've had since 3rd, 4th grade. We've been friends since 4th grade. I am not putting anything on the line for her when it comes to me. Absolutely not. With a job? For a job? No, that's why I don't even refer people. Because it's like, I'm not putting my job on the line for you. I got to pay my bills and take care of my family.
Go.
No, absolutely not. So he he's a much better friend.
We was homegirls. Like, damn, go.
And you know what? I would never expect her to do it for me. And that to me feels like real friendship. If Jimmy Lake is really here for Raheem, he needs to be having an honest conversation with him, like something has to change. That don't necessarily mean he got to be like, I'm going to step down, but he does need to say, we need to do something different. Because it's not working and it's going to cost everybody their job.
Look, I'm not knocking you. I'm not knocking you. Trey Murphy comes in here. He says, me personally, I think they were looking ahead to the bye week, beloveds.
Please. I think that's giving them an excuse, honestly.
Look, if you're coaching, I'm all right. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm just going because I thought about not saying this, but I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. Raheem Morris is Mark Richt.
Mark Richt from UGA?
Raheem Morris is Mark Richt.
In what way?
Because he's the people's coach. He's the players' coach. You know, he believes in loving on you. And, you know, if you get DUIs or, you know, get called and get in trouble, you know, he doesn't. There's no discipline. Raheem Morris is Mark Richt. We need a Kirby. We need somebody who, if the defense is getting beat the same way over and over again, I'm not going to be watching the game. I got to come over here and jog this defense. I got to come over here, or you'll hear me talking on the headset with the defensive coordinator. Why is Jimmy Lanier on the sideline? That's a whole nother conversation. But fact of the matter is, we need a guy. If there's an issue, anybody watching, did y'all hear Raheem Morris or did y'all see Raheem Morris get on to anybody during the game? If you did, please put it in the comment. Did y'all see Raheem Morris get on to anybody? All I heard was the commentators talk about, Raheem Morris. The thing is, the guy, he never has a bad day. He always says that he feels like his positivity is going to rub off on his team. What's up, all deep side?
I don't know. I find that frustrating when people feel like, just being positive is enough to cause positive. I don't like that. Like, there are times to be positive and there are times to be honest. And it may not feel so positive, but it's actually a good thing.
You can do it in a loving way.
Yeah.
It's like I've been to a Kirby Smart practice. I've seen Kirby Smart coach. I've seen him get on to players. And it's like he'll get on to guys, but you can tell like he cares about the guys he's getting on to. And then you like, because look, one thing y'all don't know, Kirby Smart, whenever he practices, he literally runs around the field with a wireless microphone So the music is playing, and so he'll be running, and like they'll be practicing on two sides of the field, and he'll be like, "All right, DeMelo, communicate, open your mouth, act like you can act like because they gotta hear you too." And then he'll go over here to the other side. "All right, KJ, you got to back pedal and then turn. You got to speed turn with it, so you have a 45-degree angle. You can just step into it." And there'll be times where he'll use vulgarities because sometimes kids, they'll make mistakes more than once. But then you'll see him go over there and talk to him, give him a pat on the back. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You can do that, and you can have that positive mindset, and still give negative reinforcement.
Right.
It's a way to do it. I haven't seen a situation. I mean, we didn't go to training camp, so we didn't see it.
There was no training camp.
Maybe that was the reason why.
It wasn't open.
It wasn't open. Monty Kushner says, is it a coincidence that opposing coaches always seem to find our flaws and exploit consistently? Rookie quarterback and the second-day players looking like Pro Bowlers. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. I mean, look, I don't know. The fact of the matter is that whenever a team, how many games we played? 11 games. The team's done the same thing 11 times over and over. It's not hard to find. It's not hard to find the issues that this team has.
I mean, in the vast majority of the games, even the games that we won, the other teams have still put up points. So just looking at it holistically as a coach, you're like, well, I know we're going to be able to go and score. We just need to score more than them.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, it's one of them situations where at the beginning of the season, we were keeping other teams from scoring points because we were causing turnovers. It's like now it's like we're not getting the turnovers. So it's like we're having to bend but don't break defense. But the thing is that we getting our back broke. Like Bane, Bane broke Christian Bale back in the Dark Knight.
All the teams are Bane.
Yes, all the teams are playing is Bane.
We're Batman.
We Batman
without his gadgets.
Then we'll throw a little gadget out there, smoke pop. Oh, you think
back still broke. Oh,
I didn't see the light. The light was mine. Like, okay. We getting our back broke. They're supposed to be bend but don't break, and we getting our back broke at the same time.
Oh my God.
Man. C-Dub says, AFC, we're 0-3. Man, that's tough. That's tough. So I mean, early in the season, teams, they were putting up points, but they weren't putting up 36. You know what I'm saying? They weren't putting up what the Warriors scored last week, 30, 28, something like that. They weren't putting up that many, but they were teams putting up.
You talking about Tampa Bay put up?
Well, that Tampa Bay, that was Thursday
shootout.
night football. That was Thursday night football. I don't really.
You don't count it.
I don't really count that. That's an anomaly. Like everybody's just trying to get out of there relatively healthy.
Everybody's just trying to get out there.
Yeah, everybody's just trying to get out
to make it home.
Yeah, they're trying to get home. Matty Ghost in here. He says, "This is the worst D-line I've ever seen in the NFL. No, Raheem is Jim Donnan. Oh, of the UGA 1990s to the 2000s, they suck. Trade Grady, release Graham, Lorenzo Carter, trade Yamada. We need players that can pass rush." Look, I mean, I ain't mad at you, Bo. Whenever you say that, look, somebody got to do some sort of celebration. So I'm gonna hit the dirty bird. We ain't scoring no touchdowns. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman tag.
No touchdowns.
Man, I mean, but look, I mean, and I mentioned that we didn't score no touchdowns. Like, let's go ahead and hit on that because I mean, we giving Jimmy Lanier and Raheem Morris the business when it comes to this offense. We still need to acknowledge that the offense only scored 6 points.
Can you put that comment back up?
Oh, I'm sorry. So that,
The super chat?
huh?
The super chat?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, there's a delay on the.
Oh, okay. But the fact of the matter is that look, we're gonna score 6 points. Everybody came into the game worried about Young Way cool. Young Way like I'm good. You need to be worried about everybody else. Don't be worried about me. I kicked my 2 field goals. I'm good. But for the simple fact that Zach Robinson, I feel like he's a very promising offensive coordinator, and it really gives me remnants of whenever Kyle Shanahan was here that first year when there were some struggles.
Yeah, I agree with you. You can see the promise when I was joking, talking about go back to Pro Football Focus, but not really, but kind of. But yeah, you can see the promise for sure. But that doesn't mean he should have got this job right now.
Yes. I mean, look, it's like but you think about it, where do you go from being a pass game coordinator? You know what I'm saying? It's like, you gotta get.
I guess I would be more willing to accept it if maybe we had experience on the other side of the ball. I think the problem is that neither of them had experience. So then it feels like, well, why didn't you hire anybody that was seasoned?
Yeah. I mean, look, it's one of them situations where whenever Sean McVay took his head coaching job, I think he was like in his mid 30s or early 30s when he took his head coaching job with the Rams. He hired Wade Phillips. I believe that was his last coaching job. And I forgot who the offensive coordinator was.
They'll know. Somebody put it in the chat.
Yeah, coaching staff. Y'all remember who Sean McVay had as his first offensive coordinator? Let me know. But Sean McVay, he's an offensive mind himself. But he brought people in there, even though he's the young hotshot guy.
Right.
He brought people in there who were experienced that could kind of ground them. Right now, it's like Raheem Morris. It's like you had one head coaching job, and I mean that didn't fare too well. And a lot of people said that Tampa Bay just put you in a bad situation.
Yeah.
But
he also was interim here.
He was an interim here.
Didn't really have a chance at the job.
He didn't have a chance, like a penny with a hole in it. But the fact of the matter is that, like, look, you ain't gonna have no more chances after this. Maybe with the Argonauts up there in the CFL or somewhere.
You go somewhere in college.
Yeah, you go somewhere to college.
Yeah.
I know you from Jersey. You go to Rutgers, But the fact of the matter is that it's going to be hard to get another head coaching job in the NFL unless you do something significant, make a deep playoff run or something. But it's like if you come up here and you continue to do the same thing over and over again because of your homeboy, the rest of the league is seeing this. The rest of the NFL, like one thing about Coach Ron, what's one thing that we learned about these coaching circles this past summer? Like they small, they tight, and everybody talk.
Everybody know each other.
Everybody know each other.
Yeah.
So if it's a situation where, hey, you doing the same thing over and over again, and you blow an opportunity like this right here when you were up 2.5 games in the division because y'all were hard headed, it's gonna be hard to come back from that. Miss Brownlee's in here. Says we're backsliding to last year's Falcons. Dang,
oh boy,
God.
You get one more win.
Dang, God, man.
Hello. If that happens, y'all, oh my God, if we finish 7-10 again, or 7, I swear to God.
Oh my goodness.
If we finish with 7 wins, somebody's gonna have to see me. Oh no,
man,
no, you better not. Oh my God.
Oh man, look, I do need y'all to do a country boy favor though. If you're upset as I am about this loss, and you need a way to express it, you can do so by hitting that like button. You hit that like button for me, I promise you, I dance at your wedding one day, and we'll have the same amount of frustration in regards to this loss. Also, Daryl Brownlee, Mr. Brownlee, comes in here and says Tampa Bay has a favorable schedule. The rest of the way, the way that they're playing, we might need to outrun a little faster. Daggone. Truck Mike said, "Look, man, we go 7-10. Somebody better be fired."
Oh my God.
Shouts out to my whole boy Chris Tyler in here. He says, "Look, it has to be coaching." He says, "How can our defense go from top 5 in several categories last year to this bad when we lost 2 players and added Judon and Simmons?
Pro Bowlers last year. Oh,
it has to be coaching. Like this isn't reminiscent of Arthur Smith.
Oh my God.
Like, oh, we just gonna keep doing the same thing. It's gonna work.
Exactly.
Except we actually went out and got players. Like this, how come every time we go out and get a coach to fix something, we always suck at it? We went out to get Dan Quinn because he was the defensive guru. We suck
defensively.
So then,
yeah, I remember that Super Bowl.
so then we go and we get Art Smith because we got to be able to score in the red zone. Like, oh yeah, Art Smith, he can get you in the red zone.
Genius.
He's an offensive. Art Smith is a genius. In the words of Uncle Steve. We sucked. Now here we are. We got Raheem Morris. Players, oh man. And Raheem Morris, man, he's the best coach in the NFL. I still need to see that joke of PayPal.
Why? You need to see his PayPal.
Because he paid that man. He paid that man to say that. He's like, hey, Jalen. Here you go. Hey, Jalen. Key. Could you do me a favor? If you don't mind, could you tweet that I'm the best coach in the NFL? Okay. All right, gotcha. Got him. Gotcha. Like, what? So we get Raheem Morris to help with the defense, and what happens? 10 sacks. Well, 9 sacks in 11 games.
You're not counting it.
I ain't counting that sack. 9 sacks.
Oh my God.
In 11 games. So that's where we at.
Kenneth Lyon says that the defense is actually on pace to break an NFL record for the least sacks in a season.
Wow.
But you ask Jimmy Lake, everything's going according to plan.
Everything's going according to
plan.
plan.
Don't even worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
Everything's going according to plan over here.
Now, it's crazy that he says that. Think about this right here. Think about this. Do y'all wish we wouldn't have drafted Michael Penix now?
Hey, I heard that verse guy is killing it. I heard that first guy is killing it. Second all over the place.
Yeah. Y'all still happy with Michael Penix? Because I see him today, before they put him in, he was over there sitting, chilling on the bench. He was there clipping his fingernails. Like, oh man, we get drugged. I'm just saying. Who, Coach Ron, who said we need to get Jared Verse?
That was you,
Big
Big Low.
Who said we need to get Jared Verse?
That was you, Big Low.
Okay. I just make sure. I just make sure. Everybody like, yeah, but you got to think about the future. You got to think about the future, Big Low. For the next 13, 14 years, we got a chance to win the division and make a deep playoff run this year.
Yeah. Maybe. Maybe not.
Maybe not. That's why I said you got a chance. And Jared Verse over there wrecking shop. And we only got 9 sacks. I mean, I'm saying, because it just got kind of quiet. Am I wrong for even bringing this up? Is it too soon?
You said it got kind of quiet.
It got kind of quiet.
Chat, where you at?
It got kind of quiet. It's like Usher said at Michael Jackson's funeral. too soon.
First of all, Lady T said Alex Cross does look interesting. It is interesting, Lady T. Check it out. You'll probably like it.
I hope Alex Cross paying us because they get a lot of. They get what is on Amazon?
I'm not saying because they're not paying us.
Oh, okay.
Y'all can check it out.
Oh, okay. Cause you've been pushing it. I've been saying whoever it is, we need to get a few free months.
Hey, first of all, don't start talking about Amazon Prime because I am so pissed off at them for like changing our streaming like subscription to having ads in it when I paid for the ones without ads, but then they added an extra tier. So now you have to pay more to have it without ads. Just wait until the season is over. Amazon Prime, you're out of here.
They ain't gonna be the only ones out of here.
Hopefully not.
Chris B says, give all the players connect the dots picture. The ones that can't connect it, get released. Goodness gracious.
What?
That's rough.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I don't know. The ones that can't complete it, get released. Ghost Pepper says, Coach Lowe, what in the world, Bo? He says, question, looking back, do you think it would have been a bad idea to hire Bill Belichick as the Falcons head coach?
Don't nobody want Bill Belichick. Oh, dour self. I saw him on the thing with the Manning brothers, the Manning cast or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like a Debbie Downer. Like he looked like he needs to go ahead and retire with his 30-year-old wife.
I thought she was 20-something.
Yeah, she may have just turned 30. With his old, yeah, go retire. Go explore that deep and intense love. Go do that. Don't be, absolutely not. Don't nobody want Bill Belichick coming up in here, bringing all his old dinosaur friends, taking over the whole organization so he can do whatever he want to do and be mediocre. We saw what he did those last couple of years. His heyday is done.
Wow, Coach Ronnie. Like, hey, Bill, do you think we should make a trade? Huh?
Exactly. Can't hear you, kid. Like, no, we are not doing that, y'all. This is not 1995. We are not trying to go back and act as if Bill Belichick is just the answer to our future.
Hey, Bill,
no.
You think we should make a trade? Huh? I'm not like y'all. I don't like to play spades. Like, wait, what?
Who is y'all?
Who's y'all? What's up with you by that?
And yeah, I'm saying that may be a problem.
Y'all get emotional.
That hippity hop, hippity pop. Come on, y'all. No, absolutely not.
But if you put your feelings aside, Coach Ronnie, you think about it like a situation where just from a football standpoint, not the coach.
I agree. Some experience should have come in here. Okay. I do agree with that.
Okay.
I do not feel like Bill Belichick would have been a good pick for Atlanta. No.
Okay. I mean, I ain't mad at that. Chris Tyler says, not after seeing that pass to Washington, especially because one player couldn't help his defense. Look. I mean, that pass to Washington, he put it out there. He showed up, could have got it, and him and Washington definitely got a connection. But moving forward, it's a situation where, and you make a good point. One player is not going to help the defense. But it's a situation where a lot of people are saying we should have made a trade, and there would have been less of a need to make a trade if we would have had one more defensive lineman. But also, Chris, you make a good point because it really don't matter who's back there. You have Superman back there. As long as they playing 10, 12 yards off the ball, you ain't finna get back there, Bo. Like it ain't gonna make no difference. It's not gonna make no difference.
See, Padre jumped into the chat.
Oh, Padre in here? Padre said, what's up, coach? Coach of staff. He says, the Lake Baptist Church is now open. Won't you come?
Well, Padre, you missed a little bit earlier. But what I
should have came on time. I'm sorry.
What I was saying was we're not quite sure who's the subject of our sermons at this church. It may be Jimmy Lake, but it might need to be the head coach who is empowering Jimmy Lake. That's what we've been talking about. Who's more to blame here?
Man, John Brooks says, "Hey, Big Low, do you think Kirk Cousins and Raheem are wrestling buddies?" No, no, I don't. Why you got to go back to this job?
Shout out to Marcus Mariota and Arthur Smith, true wrestling buddies to the end.
I think Jimmy Lake or Raheem are though. I think
Exactly.
oh, hey, I'm gonna wrestle you. What, for this match? No,
Oh my God.
for your heart. Like, okay, chill out, coach. Chill out. Oh, Will Abel with Superman Chat. He says Raheem Morris is on the hot seat.
Yes.
You think so?
Close. So close. So
Okay.
very close.
Okay, all right. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat.
I wouldn't disagree with someone who says he should be.
Okay. Okay. Solitary says where they messed up is trying to go old and new at the same time. You got Kurt to win something, but are seemingly making moves like they're playing for Penix to win everything. Okay, I can see that. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat.
So maybe they went old at the places they should have gone new, and new at the places where they should have gone old.
What you mean?
So like maybe the new should have been considering like, raising up your next quarterback as opposed to paying buku money to this old, Kirk Cousins. Who I like. I like Kirk.
I like
but
Kirk too.
I like the Falcons more. So like maybe
Players come
that's
and go.
where you shouldn't have gone old. Maybe you should have gone old, seasoned for your defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator position, or maybe you could have just left the guy there that was already there doing a really good job. Yeah, that's just me though. That's just me.
What guy?
Ryan Nielsen.
Oh, okay. Ryan Nielsen got drugged today.
Yeah, well, he
Detroit
was
Lions.
working just fine down here.
And look, I say it all the time. Football, just like life, it's the circumstances. He might not have the skill set of players that he needs down there, and
Right.
he might be transitioning, and that's why it doesn't look as good down there. But here, it looked pretty doggone good. Just
Right.
imagine Ryan Nelson with better players than he had
Right.
last year. It would have
Exactly.
been, man, it would have been GG's.
Exactly.
But we had, look, y'all might not want to believe this. We had like 40-something sacks last year.
No freaking way.
Yes.
It feels like such a distant memory. No way.
Jamel thinks, he said, from now on, I'm putting pressure on Raheem Morris. Look, I'm not knocky. I'm not knocky. I mean, look, that's what Coach Roder was saying. I mean, look, the fact of the matter is, y'all, think about it like this right here. It's to be spread around. Because, I mean, there was a stat today that kind of surprised me. Kirk Cousins, third most turnovers in the league. And where in most of his turnovers is not coming from interceptions, it's coming from these fumbles because he's not mobile. Like, I mean, he's old. Like, he done seen his share of pecan seasons. Kirk, you my boy. Like, I ain't,
I like Kirk, but yeah. I like the Falcons more, and he's too old.
Players come and go. The Atlanta Falcons hopefully are here forever. But the fact of the matter is that I heard multiple people say this, and it makes complete sense. If I'm a defensive lineman, I know where Kirk Cousins is going to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not going to be a situation where home is moving. I know where he's going to be at.
Mm-hmm.
And if I could just get there, I'm pretty much guaranteed for a sack. Because it's not like he's going to be moving the pocket and everything. That's where your offensive coordinator comes into play. Because it has to be a situation where he has to say, hey, we might need to move Kirk a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Might need to bootleg him. Give him half the field. And, just so we can keep these players honest. Because if they know he's going to be in that pistol, which I still don't understand why we're running so much, instead of under center, like, they're going to be like, oh, okay, if we get 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage, we got them. It doesn't matter how good your offensive line is. If you get 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage, you got them. So, in my mind, a strip sack is 2 times better than a fumble because most of the time, I mean, 2 times better than an interception, because most of the time you get that interception, you're not going to get all the way back to the line of scrimmage if you pick it off, or you're not going to do a pick six. But if you get that strip sack, you get the ball right there where you sacked the quarterback at. So that's something that's definitely been hurting us. Black Tuesday, what you say, Bo? Let's see here. Trucker Mike, he says, Ra and Lil Jimmy better stay away from downtown. The fans looking for him. Uh-oh. Goodness, beat me up, Scotty said, what in the world, Bo? Oh, man. Chris Tyler says that strip sack, Bo, every week. Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Every week, he get a strip sack. Last week, I think he got 2 of them. Ghost Pepper says, you're right, Coach Lowe. Kirk looks like Mike Tyson in the pocket. Legs completely shot. Y'all gonna stop picking on Mike.
We didn't watch that fight. I see an old man get beat up on by a YouTuber.
Hey, old man.
Come on and fight.
I want to remember Mike how I remember him, growing up. The baddest man on the planet. That's how I want to remember Mike. Solitaire says, boy, I saw Mike move around in the pocket and scramble, and I was like, oh, that's what it looks like. Slightly mobile. Yes, I see him. He stepped up in the pocket, moved around a little bit. I'm like, oh, okay. All right then, Mike. Trey Nelson says, your wife, yes, absolutely right. It's the coach for letting this buck to happen over and over again, because this is not the head coach's first rodeo.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
There you go.
Hello.
And he knows that. I'm always right. Thank you.
Purple Haze in here. They're Minnesota Vikings fans. Earlier in the chat, they said, hey, I tried to warn you about Kirk Cousins. But they said Minnesota versus Atlanta. Wild card. Okay.
Well, you know what they did? I do remember somebody saying, like, hey, y'all need to be careful. Kirk he's not going to show up
We're like,
on the big games.
Look,
he's going to be inconsistent.
You're the scoring significant other.
We're like, they just mad. They just mad because he wanted us and he didn't want them no more. That's all that was.
He mad because he wanted the swag shirt.
And now we're sitting here like,
oh, okay.
Maybe they were trying to warn us.
Yeah, they said.
Perhaps we should have listened.
You know how the ex-girlfriend or boyfriend would be like, see, he messy. He don't pick up behind himself. He's selfish. He be cheating. He be like, I love him.
But I love him. And he's going to come to Atlanta and he's going to treat me right. He's going to do better for me than he did for you. That's what he did with you. That's not what he's going to do with me.
Oh, man. 2 weeks in, you leave the drawers in the living room. Like, wait, what? She said he was messy. Leave the drawers in the living room, sunny side up. Like, what? She said he was messy. I didn't know it was like this. You know his side is sunny side. Oh man. Hey, Fizzle says Broncos game here. Best of luck the rest of the season. Just had to give you your birds business. Hey man, look, we
now get on out. No,
oh man, that's rough right there.
Nah.
You know it's all love, hey Fizzle. Travell says Penix, he back there rubbing his hands like Birdman. Chris Tyler says, me too, Low. I don't want to remember Mike with his bare behind showing on TV in front of the world. Yes. I was like, what's going on? Is it part of the promotion? Boy. Solitaire says, yo, coaches, my homie Falcon fan going to San Diego game for his first game. Where should I tell him to go to enjoy himself? They said that he got some good seats too. Ah, man, look, shoot, there's so many places to enjoy yourself. I guess it depends on what kind of fun he's trying to have.
Yeah, that all depends on what you're trying to do.
I mean, if he's trying to have some good family fun. You know, you can go to the World of Coke and the aquarium and, you know, kids museum. You know. Now you try to have some other kind of fun. You need to talk to these heathens in here because I don't partake of none of that stuff. Oh man.
We
But,
wouldn't know. We're Christians.
Hello. Oh man. Tramarcy says Kurt may be the kryptonite for the Vikings. It's a whole quarterback facing his old team mojo. I mean, that's true. That's true. You never know. Let's see Doug. First thing you put here, Magic City. Like what?
Yeah.
Dang, see Doug. Wow. See Doug says, take Jimmy Lake Lanier with you. Yes. Jimmy Lake Lanier. Look, that's why I gotta call him until you do me right.
Until you do.
Your name is Jimmy Lake Lanier. That is always gonna be your name.
Oh my God. First of all, I love that song. I love you so after 7. Oh, yeah.
Oh man. Purple Haze, I gave a like. I appreciate that, Purple Haze. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. If y'all do, we'll definitely and greatly appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, look, as far as Kirk Cousins, it's like I said, the offense ain't offensing like it was initially before. And like I said, I feel like a lot of it has to do with teams realizing that, hey, Kirk Cousins is just a stationary target.
And it's also because other teams are out-efforting this. As Coach Kiki Ra would say.
Wow. Kiki Ra? Wow, Coach Ronnie. Wow. Oh man. Mr. O Universe says, Big Low and Queen, what up? Y'all haven't recovered after all that dancing on Big Bourbon Street.
Yeah.
Go Dirty Birds, though. Look,
First of all, I was not out there.
Look, I recover. I'm good.
As I said, it was too hot. I was not going to go sweat.
I was out there, boy.
So I've been recovered. Thank you so much for looking up after me, though.
I was out there. I know somebody on Uncle Steve's show earlier. I commented on Uncle Steve's show. They was like, man, y'all seen Big Low? And then they had a terrible idea of doing the second line.
I see y'all still talking about it.
I see you still talking about it. Look, if you go, you decide if you don't want to go.
Like I did. But first things first, you gotta be there.
You gotta be there. Hey, you see Big Low? Get that terrible idea for the second one. We're not there. We're gonna be out there next year too. I gotta work on some dance moves next year. I'm gonna be out there. I can be out there, boy. That's what a rivalry is about. You're supposed to do stuff that the other team doesn't like, you know. And all of this. Where's my soapbox? Where's my soapbox? I'm finna stand on it. All of this, Big Low. You wait until after you win to do the concert. That's not competition.
That's weak.
That's weak.
Only if you win, you celebrate.
Only if you win, you celebrate. You're supposed to be confident in your team to do it beforehand. Because if I just do it after we win, like that means I have a different type of energy than I did before we played the game because I wasn't quite sure if we were going to win or not. No, I'm going to come in here. I'm going to stand on business in your city. And if it's a situation where you don't like it, come to my city and do something. But that's what makes a rivalry a rivalry. The whole, y'all should have just waited. Look, us doing a parade before the day before the game doesn't have any bearing on what happened on the field. We lost because Young Way Cool missed 3 field goals. They don't got nothing to do with what happened with the parade. Young Way Cool missed 3 field goals. Y'all need to be talking to Young Way Cool's femur, knees, shins, ankles, feet, and toes. That's what y'all need to be talking to. Don't be coming to me.
Take that up with his knees.
Exactly. Don't come to me with that.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Somebody said Penny's gonna be like, man, y'all said for a year, I ain't gotta go there without poking the doomsday. Talk about the boys in Washington. Man, that's crazy. Oh, doomsday, look, they on like a super losing streak. Oh, Caleb Williams, they going through it down there.
I never got the hype.
Oh, really?
You remember I kept saying that. I was like, why
Yeah.
why they acting like this guy's like gonna be a savior? I don't see it.
I never got it either. But you know, it's like one thing we learned, it's all about the machine.
Yeah.
C Does says, Coach Lowe, can we talk about your podcast with Q? Did he put that hex on us? Talk about you sweeping them. Man, look, ain't no telling about the boys down there. Ain't no telling about them. Look, I know one thing. I know they played the Browns today. The Browns missed 2 or 3 field goals too. So it might be something to it. It might be something to it. These songs said, what in the world, but what happened today? I'm gonna say I didn't watch the game. Man, look,
I didn't either, D. Sloan.
Look,
I was watching Alex Cross. It's pretty good. You might want to check it out.
Coach Ronnie just continue to give this free publicity. Y'all, we ain't getting paid nothing. Like, Coach Ronnie just Alex Cross. Zelle,
as soon as
Cash
this is over, I'm gonna finish the series out.
Zelle, Cash App, something. Y'all need to pay us. But in the words of Raheem Morris, we got out efforted.
Yeah, efforted it.
And out physical.
Out physical.
Yes. So
all right, Raheem. All right. Oh, smiling Joker.
Oh man. Yeah, well, yeah, Dreesy, yeah. I mean, look, at the end of the day, anybody who says, oh, it was a bad idea to do a parade in New Orleans, when is it ever a bad idea to do a parade in a city that's known for parades? You know, I done got down off the soapbox. I'm sorry. But yeah, we're doing a parade next year. We're doing a parade next year.
Oh, Daryl Brownlee. I have heard about Arcane. I haven't started that one yet. Is it any good? We're talking TV in the chat as well.
I see. I see. I hope they send us a check too. Chuck back said, "Low, I need a trip shot. I'm relapsed. Oh no. Uh-oh. Look here, boy. My first rule is, look here. If you're supposed to stop drinking, don't be drinking with me. If it's a situation where you're supposed to be stopping, don't have me be the reason why you start back up."
Absolutely not. Trucker Mike.
What Trucker Mike say?
I'm a relapse. Absolutely not. You know what will keep you from relapsing, Trucker Mike? Turn on some good TV.
Oh,
check
Lord,
out that Alex Cross.
Lord have mercy. Crazy thing is, though, you know, I got to get back on my Yellowstone game though.
I heard you said that they premiered tonight.
Yeah, I got to get back on the Yellowstone joint. Daryl says, Coach Ronnie, me and Dreesy started watching, what's that?
Arcane. That's what I was asking them if that was any good. I've heard about it, but
they started watching that in the second half. Jimbo Slicing here from Twitter, he says, man, the team just needed rest, period. They look like it. Yuri says, y'all coming to Vegas too? So the thing about Vegas is, I believe that's the same week as the state championship.
No, I believe it is the same week. And if our cousin makes the championship, it will be on the same day. It'll be on that Monday. So Vegas is up in the air for us.
Yeah,
right now.
Vegas is up in the air. We booked and everything for it.
Yeah.
But, you know, if it's a situation where, you know, little cuz going to state championship, you know, the big cousins are definitely going to be there to support him for his last high school game. So, yeah, got to. Tyler Terry said that boy Alex Cross was acting a fool in the trailer. What's Alex? You know what? I go, whatever the network is, they ain't gonna get free advertising off of me. Because I was going to ask what it's about.
Already advertised like 10 times.
I see.
He's a detective, a forensic like psychologist and detective in DC, and he's solving this crime. I'm not going to get too into it. You got to watch it, but he's solving this crime while also dealing with the murder of his wife.
Oh my goodness.
Good show.
Daggone. So there's a lot going on.
It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on.
Well, that's more than what was going on today for the Falcons. There wasn't a lot going on. Just getting whooped up on, getting out efforted it, and out physical. Like at the end of the day, that's what it was. Tony Wright says it's a great game, low as Joe Burrow is on the comeback with Cincy. It's 27 to 27. Burrow with 3 touchdown passes in the second. Oh man, can't beat that. Oh Joe, Macaulay Culkin. Wait a minute, is Macaulay Culkin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah.
Home Alone.
Yeah. Oh, Joe. Well, look, at the end of the day, I don't want the Chargers to get too upset. I know that we played them in 2 weeks. So I like for the team that we played to win the week before we play them because I don't want them too much in their feelings. Oh, shoot, they play Baltimore on Monday night before we play them. Well, that might be a situation where they might get beat up a little bit. Man, playing the Chargers. Woo. That brings back some memories. Last time we played the Chargers, it got crazy.
What do you mean?
Do you remember last time we played the Chargers? I said it was Matt Ryan's fault.
Oh, that wasn't the last time we played.
Oh, that was the last time we played them?
No. They came like 2 years ago here.
Oh, okay. They came here 2 years ago?
Yeah. No, I'm not thinking. I'm thinking of the... No, it's the Chargers. Yeah, it was the Chargers. They were here not too long ago.
Oh, that Arthur Smith era, it was so...
Yeah. It was all a dream. Yeah, it was horrible. Yeah.
Georgia boy said, "Look, y'all traveling to Minnesota. I know Coach Ron didn't want to go because she want to do that skull clap."
Yes, skull. Skull. I said I'm gonna do it in my Falcons gear. Everything. It's cool. I'm gonna do it. I'm like, yeah, guys.
You ain't going to the other team stadium and doing their stuff.
You ain't tell me what I'm gonna do at any stadium. If I want a skull clap, I'm gonna skull clap.
Not no Falcons gear.
Look, when we were in New Orleans, Uncle Steve was dancing to the New Orleans Saints song when they scored touchdowns. So you're not about to tell me I can't skull clap. I'm gonna skull with everybody else.
My bad, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She just threw you out of the bus. My bad. My dad. Oh, man.
Me and Purple Haze, we're gonna be out there. Let's go.
Yuri says no sculling, Coach Roddy. Exactly, Yuri.
Oh my God.
DeMarcus says Drake, Mooney, Hodge, Ray says I like Ray on special teams. Man, I tell you one thing, boy, we had a lot of injuries. You look at all the injuries we had on the defensive side of the ball with D. Alford, Troy Anderson, everybody else. And then you look at the people who came out of the game today. The bye week is coming right on time. Yeah, see, Dub, you said Coach right now, she ain't dry snitch. She just straight up snitch. There wasn't no dry snitch. She wet snitch. Tony Wright says, congratulations, Lo, on being named board of directors. What in the world? Board of directors with the real estate firm Julio Jones and Associates. Said you made them and have received a lot of money. What?
Wow.
Tony Wright always bragging about his accomplishments and trying to put it on me. We know how you do.
Chris Tyler said that you don't want to watch this new season of Yellowstone, and he won't say why.
Daggone,
that
Chris.
Makes me want to watch it even more.
Daggone, Chris. Man, Coach Roddy, she really watched Yellowstone whenever I started watching it, but she got caught up because
I would pass through and something would be happening. I was like, who is Why they talking to each other like that? Okay. Come back through later like, oh, so they riding out on horses? They ready to go get somebody? Who they getting?
Oh, the daughter's so hot. Oh my God. She's so hot.
Oh my God. And then I got caught. I was like, nah, we starting this over. You starting over too. We starting over from the beginning. All right, let's see what happened.
Oh man.
Chris B said Alex Cross versus Jimmy Lake in the steel cage. Last man standing. Well, I don't know, because Alex Cross is more of a thinker.
Oh,
I mean, he's definitely a little bit of a fighter, but he's more of a thinker. So already he's beat Jimmy Lake. So no, that's not a fair fight.
There you go. See, Doug says, Coach Runner, you can score a clap.
I know I can.
He said as long as Coach Lowe is not in the so they're trying to help me out. I appreciate that. Appreciate that, see, Doug.
Oh God.
Man, Drake says, man, I don't know how many players got hurt during the game though. Yeah, man, it was a lot. It was, like I said, the bye week came just in time. Dr. Rick says, man, Bo, what happened to walk in your trap and take over your trap? Man, boy, we walked in the trap and we didn't walk out. We
limped.
It was a real trap. It was.
It was a literal. They actually set a trap. They were like Bill Belichick. I don't care about this hippity hoppity stuff. We gonna set a trap. Got us.
Oh man. Let's see. Tremarcy says Raheem needs a Singletary moment. He said can't win with him, Bo. Oh yeah, I remember that. Can't win with him. Can't do it. No, Singletary, that's the same man that mooned his team.
What?
Yeah.
Why do you do that?
I don't know. Mike Singletary, he was just a.
He just wanted to see his booty.
He was just a bird.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. You want to show the cakes? Show the cakes. What's
up with you? Like, Alex Cross has got you feeling yourself. Chuck Mike says, "Adrenaline in my soul, little Jimmy has got to go." Do it all to get them off their feet. Hey, Mo, look, I think it's about time to hey ho ho. I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking it's that time, Coach Ronnie.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck Mike said the trap fought back. Yes, it's about that time. It's about that time. Chris Tyler says Costner is the GOAT. You already know it. Still trying to get one of the jackets. Jamarcy says, Bo has the shotgun on the door.
Literally.
Literally. What they y'all know about me? In the words of Mickey Loomis, I keep that thing on me. Yeah, I keep that thing on me. I mean, they try to play. They can come try to get us if they want to. I keep that thing on me. Oh, it's loaded too. I keep that thing on me. Dr. Rick says the Aints look like they're trying to make a comeback for a playoff run. They better not surpass. Hey, look, they feeling themselves. But, at the end of the day, it's all about what goes down at the end of the season. It's all about what goes down at the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Terrell has put it here like 3-4 times, like, man, Raheem Morris, he watching the screen.
He kept saying something like, if you watching, I know you watching.
Oh, man. Let's see. It's about 11 o'clock. They probably just landed. Nah, they probably ain't landed yet. They in Denver.
Denver is like a 3-hour flight.
It's like a 3-hour flight?
Yeah, it's like a 3-4 hour flight.
Nah, they probably ain't landed yet because they got to get to the airport and everything. They probably land about 12. So, I don't know. It depends on if the Delta Wi-Fi is working.
Yeah. Look, we're from Atlanta, so we fly Delta religiously. But let me tell you something. They claim that they have free Wi-Fi on those planes. That Wi-Fi never works. It never works. So I'm gonna need Delta to stop advertising free Wi-Fi. Free Wi-Fi. And if you've ever actually successfully used the free Wi-Fi, please put it in the chat because are we doing something?
I used it successfully before.
It has worked a piece of a time for me and then stopped completely.
Yeah, they be like, they got the Wi-Fi sign by the door.
But they act like, oh, we're so wired in
like,
here.
oh, yeah,
You're gonna be on Wi-Fi the whole time. Don't even worry about it. It's Wi-Fi all day.
We were flying the water. I tried to check my parlay. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna check my parlay. I couldn't check it. I'm like, wait, what's going on?
That Wi-Fi be, you know what? That Wi-Fi is real sometimey, like Kirk Cousins. That Wi-Fi picks and sometimey. Real sometimey. Purple Haze told us about how sometimey Kirk Cousins be, and that Wi-Fi be just as sometimey.
Oh man, T Dirty came in here to show some love. T Dirty, what in the world, Bo? Raheem the Dream.
Whose dream? That's my dream. Wake him up.
Yuri says the Wi-Fi does work.
Okay, Yuri. I mean, Yuri flies enough.
Yuri fly like every week somewhere.
He know, but I'm telling you, Yuri, when we be on the planes, it be real sometimey. And most of the times, the answer is no.
It be sometimes like that cousin that you got that they'll talk sometimes when they see.
What?
You got that cousin.
That's what do you mean?
That's sometimes because like sometimes like they act like they don't be wanting to talk to you, but whenever they need something, they be like, "Hey, what's up, cuz? What's going on?" That's how the Wi-Fi.
That's my cousin.
What's up? Hey, that's my cousin right there. That's my cousin. Below them. That's my cousin. That's my cousin. But there, I see you. Before you like, oh, hey, what's up, man? Hey,
if that.
If that.
Yeah, if that.
Oh man. Chuck Mike said, that's it. Who's that peeking in my window? Nobody now. The Falcons looking suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
Man. What the old boy say on the Boondocks, that real recognize real.
And you looking real suspicious.
You real
right now.
No, you looking real unfamiliar.
Unfamiliar, yeah. You looking real unfamiliar.
Oh man. Dr. Rick said, how many yards Bijan had? Let's take a look. Let's take a look here and see. So Bijan had 12 carries, 35 yards, averaged 2.9 yards a carry. He had 4 catches for 28 yards. So that whole streak of 100 all-purpose yards. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that got snapped.
That's done.
Yeah, that got broke. Same way they broke the defense, bend but not break.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the same way they broke that defense. Yeah, they broke that streak. ATL said we got beat by Bo Nix. Or he says Ho Nix. Shaking my head. Daggone. Man. Yeah, Bo Nix went off on us. 28 for 33, 307 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions.
Wow.
Burned our draws off.
Made him look great.
Yes. I mean, look at the team stats.
Man, I should have started Bo Nix.
We had 176 passing yards, 50 rushing yards. They had 295 passing yards and 105 rushing yards. They had 22 first downs. We had 13. We went 4 of 13 on third down conversions. They went 6 of 11. Notice they only had 11 opportunities because they were getting first down on first and second downs.
Mm-hmm.
We had 6 penalties for 52 yards. We got sacked 4 times. They said we got a sack, but it wasn't a real sack.
You try not to count that sack. You really did not appreciate that sack.
I did not appreciate that sack. I did not appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, you're right. Look, they broke the defense, man. It's not a doubt. Like, the defense got broke today. Bend but don't break, but they broke it. I seen John Smith running down the field today. You know, I mean, since you bring up John Smith and how successful he was for the Falcons last year, I mean,
he was the only one getting passes thrown his way.
Well, let's go ahead and put it out there, because I seen online today a lot of people were like, they're done with Kyle Pitts. So if you feel like, you're thinking about moving on from Kyle Pitts, put a 1 in the chat. If it's a situation where you're like, hey, he's still Kyle Pitts, we've seen what he's capable of doing, put a 2 in the chat. I just want to know what everybody's thinking in that regard, because I feel like the offense looked better whenever we were throwing him the ball. It's almost like Kirk Cousins just doesn't look his way, or, they don't try to get the ball to him. So if you feel like 1 is a situation where you're ready to move on from Kyle Pitts, put a 1 in the chat. If you're
y'all better not let Jay Murphy hear this.
I forgot. That's his boy, his dog, Kyle freaking Pitts.
Y'all better not let Jay Murphy hear this. Go ahead, put 1 in the chat now.
I forgot. That's his dog. That's his boy, Kyle freaking Pitts. Nando's in here says, I don't know why, or I don't know what in the world, Bo, but that boy Jimmy Lake has got to go, Bo. This defense is straight cheeks. Straight Mike Tyson cheeks. Goodness gracious. All right. So Padre, he says 2. He says, you keep Kyle Pitts. It's a, we let's not jump to conclusions. C-Dub says 1. He's ready to move on. C-Dub ready to get rid of everybody. He's ready to move on. Said Grid says 2. He says keep Kyle Pitts. Dre Murphy says 2. My boy, my dog, my man, Kyle freaking Pitts, the unicorn, is still him though, beloved. Okay. WCG says 2 because I think it's Cousins. Tony Wright says 2. MacTown Dirty, Ghost Peppers, Nando, they all say 1. There's a young man that plays for the Las Vegas Raiders that came from the University of Georgia, is going off, that plays the tight end position. It seems like he's getting a touchdown every week. That's something that you might want to consider. I know people be like, hey, he's a tight end. He's not going to get 10 targets a week. I mean, I understand that, but man, some of these tight ends that some people might say put forth more effort, having more production. Raymond Elder says Raheem Morris is an egregious coach.
Egregious?
He brought out the big word. Tracy says 2. She says he's leaning towards keeping Kyle Pitts. Chris Tyler says, can we hit the rewind to the offense? The not sign Kirk Cousins, add some DBs, then draft Bo Nix, please. Sorry, Kirk, I like you, but daggone, Chris. Chris ready to move on. Dr. Rick says, let's throw Jimmy Lake in the Chattahoochee River. Spam number 5 if you agree. Goodness gracious. Man, Jimmy Lake, Lanier. Trucker Mike says, 1, I'm ready to sign them papers. Goodness. Daggone, Trucker Mike, you ready to move on? Chris Tyler says 2. He wants to keep Kyle Pitts. C-Dub says Pitts is overrated. Should have drafted Sewell. Segrid says, y'all saw they left Kyle in the play with Penix. I did see that. I noticed that Kyle was in the game whenever Penix was in there. And it says 1, stop making excuses. Relax. Music Rain Sound says, who that said they beat them Saints? I know we did, and I think like 6 other teams
in a row. 7 other people in a row beat those Saints. So, yeah, plenty of people.
7 people in a row.
Tons.
Kristen Lewis says Pitts had some double coverage most games. Yeah, I mean, look, it's a situation where a lot of people don't want Kyle Pitts to beat them. They feel like if Kyle Pitts is involved, that's when the offense really takes off. And I mean, like I said, if you look at the previous games, and Kyle Pitts, gets loose a little bit, we normally win those. Shamar says give Kirk Cousins 8 and take 80. What? Yours says, I wish we would have hired Steve Wilkes as DC instead of Jimmy Lake. So apparently, and I was looking online today, they were saying that whenever Terry hired Raheem Morris, they said that Terry said that, hey, we already got a defensive coordinator. And because I don't know if y'all remember, it was like this weird period whenever they said Ryan Nielsen couldn't go interview for other jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Because Terry told Raheem Morris we already got our defensive coordinator. And Raheem Morris said, hey, don't worry about it.
Oh,
I got a guy.
Oh my gosh.
So,
that makes me sick. That makes me physically sick. Raheem Morris got up there smiling and a key talking about, oh, I've got that result. Don't even let him go. Let him run. I have it on lock. Oh my God.
Raheem Morris says,
and he was sniggling and giggling the whole time he was doing it.
Raheem Morris says, don't worry about it, man. I got a guy. And apparently Terry Fontenot gave like a little bit of pushback, but I can understand why Raheem Morris said, nah, I'm bringing my own guy in because this is a guy that Terry Fontenot hired initially. I feel like it was a preservation move because he didn't want Terry Fontenot to be looking at Ryan Nielsen if he didn't perform well initially out of the gate.
Okay, so who we looking at now? Like, if you're not performing, they're gonna be looking elsewhere. That's all there is.
There are a lot of coaches out there.
They're gonna be looking elsewhere.
There are a lot of coaches out there. Chuck Mike says, I'm dropping a little Jimmy off at Lanier. Hello. Jimmy Lake Lanier. But yeah. So yeah, I mean, yeah, so I mean that's a that's a thing. It's one of them situations where they legitimately said that Terry Fontenot wanted to keep Ryan Nielsen. And Raheem Morris said he wanted to bring in his own guys. So that's
oh my gosh, that's disgusting. That's disgusting.
Why is that disgusting, Coach Roddy?
Do you see what it looks like now? His own guys compared to how it was looking last year.
Hey,
that's why it's disgusting. On track to have the least sacks ever in the season.
That's rough. That's rough. That's rough. Uh-oh. Raymond Elder says, hey, ho, ho. Raheem Morris needs to hit the door. Oh, Raheem Morris bowed out the door. Either way, it got something to do with Raheem Morris possibly leaving. So there you go. Tremarcia says, I'll be watching the Hawks until the Falcons win another game. My fanship bye week. Hey, look, after this week right here, and after this devastating loss, it's one of them situations where, look, you pretty much need a break. You need a break. It ain't just a bye week for the players. We all got to rest up for the rest of the season. Oh, man. Well, look, man, I appreciate each and every one of y'all for coming on and chopping it up with us. This wasn't the result that we were all hoping for, but it was a situation where, we're still leading in the division. Hopefully the Falcons can make some changes. Coach Ronan, do you got anything that you want to?
Skull. That's it.
Wow, Coach Ronan.
Wow. And can't nobody tell me when I can and cannot do.
Okay, Coach Ronan.
Shout out to Alex Cross. Who's not?
Wow, Coach Ronan. Wow. Well, look, I need y'all to stay safe. Please don't do anything that I would do. And look, at the end of the day, we just gonna hope for the best. We're gonna we're gonna hope for some positive results and try to, hopefully these guys get some rest and they can come out ready to go moving forward. All right, y'all. Well, look, I think Coach Ronnie, I think she want to watch some more Alice Cross.
Yeah, I gotta finish up, y'all. I'm on episode like halfway through episode 7, and it was getting really intense because they just found someone who betrayed the officers.
Oh my
So it's
goodness.
getting really good.
All right, y'all. Y'all take it easy. What in the world?